Hey, Russ, how you doing?
What's up, Jay?
I imagine this is a little dramatic difference from what you thought this season could be to where it ended up. As you just kind of reflect back, how do you kind of look at this season overall for you individually, what this team was, and how do you kind of see what the future could be?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't have a job until a couple of days before the season, so I had no expectations of what could be. I was just blessed and thankful to have an opportunity to be able to start another NBA season. And obviously, as things unfolded here, trying to figure out the best way to compete, be competitive, given the late arrival for myself. But I feel good about how the year went, at least for me personally. Made it through healthy, so I'm blessed to be able to do that and get through a season healthy, especially at this age and years in the league. So grateful for that. Yeah. As far as what myself, yeah, I mean, it's been great for me here. If I'm welcome back, then I'll be back. But that's not up to me. It's kind of how it's been for me the last couple summers and seasons, unfortunately. But kind of see what happens at that point.
Hey, Russ, good morning.
Morning.
When you kind of look at this season, like you were saying, you were brought in a few days before the season starts, and then the entire season kind of plays out how it does. But for you personally, I mean, you had a really bright spot, one of the highest three-point percentage shooting in your career, one of the highest. I mean, and then one of the parts that really stood out was just kind of your veteran leadership and how you really took on that role. When you kind of assess everything from this season and then kind of looking at what your future may be, when you think about Sacramento and kind of what you've been able to bring up for those young guys, how important or how much, I mean, I know it's not in your control, but how much of that goes into like your process and wanting to be here and things like that?
I think leadership is probably, for me, one of my best traits that I really enjoy the most because you can see it, from year to year, from young players, years down the line. I've had many players that I've been with come to me, 5 or 10 years later and tell me moments that helped them throughout the process. So anytime I'm able to have an opportunity to be able to do that, I look forward to it. And if that's here, I embrace it and look forward to doing that, especially with the young guys we have here. Proud of how they ended the season, how they improved, given the time they was given, and I'm grateful for that.
Hey, Russ, how are you?
Good, man, thank you.
Earlier this year, we asked you to maybe explain the celebration you have after you hit a three.
Yeah.
End of the season, you said. So I'm here to ask you, can you explain to me the celebration?
Yeah, media day, I got you.
Excited for next year for that. Second one is this: you've had an illustrious career, played with a lot of great players, playing with DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Was that special this year?
Yeah, definitely, man. DeMar is like a brother. I've been knowing, we call him Debo, but been knowing DeMar since we were little, so it was definitely a grateful experience on many levels, not just on the court, but getting an opportunity to be able to bond and talk off the floor more than normal, which was great for me. Kind of made it, obviously, as you mentioned, a memorable experience for myself, and that's my brother for life. So we always locked in. So nothing changes there.
Oh, Russ, I got two questions. Do you want to come back? You just said something about media day. Is it okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind coming back. Yeah, I'm always anywhere I want it. I'm there. I want to be able to be helpful, be productive, but also I understand it's a business. I've been around a long time, so I understand a lot of different moving variables for that, and that's out of my control. My job is to be ready, be prepared, and be ready to go.
And going back to what Marcus talked about, with the young players, because they did show some segments last night of you, coaching up the young players on the sidelines and things like that. Is this, not trying to jump out, too far ahead? Is this something that you may be interested in the future as far as coaching?
Yeah. Nah, man. Listen, People every day always telling me I'm gonna be a coach, but I don't want to coach. I coach my kids though. That's it, man. I don't want to coach, man. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm gonna say no right now, but you know, my answer is no though. You know what I mean? But that's not that can change. I think. Compared to everybody else.
Russ, you're 18. This year, you and DeMar were kind of like dueling banjos, passing people on the all-time scoring list. You had the rebound moment. You had the assist moment. Have you had time to reflect on all of the accomplishments that you've done, not just for your career, but even in this season alone?
No, not yet. But like I said, during those moments, I'm always extremely blessed and grateful to be able to do that. Being healthy, being able to have opportunity to be able to go out and break some of those records or be mentioned with some of the great players, I'm always grateful for that.
Hey, Russ. Obviously a challenging season, but what are some things that maybe brought you joy this year around this team?
Just being able to, I think anytime you're able to have a new group of guys, for me, it's always a new challenge. I like it because I'm having an opportunity to be able to learn about different players, learn about their journeys, learn about what pushes them, learn about, what inspires them. And to me, that is the best part of the journey. Being in this league, you get a chance to be able to meet coaches, players, personnel, staff members, and of all different facets of life. And you have an opportunity to be able to impact them positively. And that, to me, is the best part about being, an organization, and obviously this year, too.
Russ, you've been around long enough. You've seen guys come and go in this league.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you thought about Max's development this year.
I thought Max did a great job. I thought he did a great job of listening, learning, watching, and you guys seeing how talented he is. And his challenge now is just getting better each year. That's the goal in this league, is to be able to try to be consistent and be better each and every year and find ways to be able to fine-tune his game. But I'm not worried about Max. He works on this game. He's diligent in his work, and I'm looking forward to great things from him.
What was this year like for you, front row here on your left, interacting and being led by Doug Christie and Scott Perry? What was your impressions of being around them this year?
No, they were fine, man. They were great. Like I told you, man, it was a little different. This is the first time for me where I'm missing training camp and different things of that nature, so I had to kind of catch up on that aspect. But as far as relationship goes, relationship was fine. I've known Scott some time, and obviously getting a chance to know Doug was great, and having a relationship with both of them was good for me. So.
I'm curious for you, realizing the career accomplishments and obviously continuing to play at a high level, but also maybe the pull of and maybe the hunger of wanting to do so on a winning team or a team that can go deep into the playoffs. What's that kind of balance for you as you look for potentially your next opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, the balance to me is simple. I think it's just given an opportunity, I'll go out and compete. If that's when trying to go on a winning team, then cool. But I also think it's something that, I think as you get older, at least for myself, people pay too much attention to or trying to get on with teams and try to, winning the championship is not guaranteed. It's not it's not up to me. If things have to align, there's so many different things that have to align for you to be able to win a championship in this league. And I think you guys all understand that as well. And I think we just don't talk about it enough. And personally, for me, I just think it's a lot of pressure putting on, decisions you make and how you make them and where you go to try to win the championship. Give yourself the best opportunity, but sometimes you can be in a position and it don't work out, and that's it. So for me, it's just been in a place where I'm wanted, having fun, enjoying the game, and to me, that's most important.
Hey, Russ, throughout your career, the thing that has been synonymous with you is playing hard, never taking a play off, enjoying what you do.
No.
In year 18, it was the same thing this year. You definitely played with a lot of enthusiasm, joy, passion. Where does that come from, and what keeps you inspired even after your 18th year to continue playing out there with that youthful energy?
Yeah, man, I learned at a young age, I don't take anything this game has given me. God has put me in a position to be here this long, and I don't take the game for granted. I don't take being in this position for granted. Like it's hard to get in this league. It's hard to be in this league a good amount of time, and I like to cherish and enjoy those moments. And given this platform, I try to use the way I play, use my energy and passion to be able to help inspire other people in walks of life. And if that's sports, cool. If there's other jobs that people may have and kids, I want to be able to do that by the way I play. And I definitely take it personally to be able to make sure that my body, my mind is prepared to be able to do that every night. And, and as far as where it's come from, I mean, probably just how I grew up, my neighborhood, where I'm from, it allows me to be able to understand that it's things that's bigger than the game, and the game is just a stepping stone to be able to allow me to be able to use part of this journey. So,
Russ, I come to learn that Dylan Carwell's locker is right next to yours, maybe by design though, but just want to know, what that experience like, playing with him, knowing, how he came through as a free agent.
Yeah, man, it's fun, man. I love Dylan. He reminds me a lot of just myself as far as energy goes and being able to do that. So I always challenge him to use it. He has a gift, and for some people, they may look at it and don't know what the hell's going on, or they may be like, I don't know what's wrong with this kid or what's happening. But I see it, and I see it makes sense to me. Like, this is what he does, and this is because he has a unique talent that you can't teach it, and you can't like put a finger on it or try to tame it. And I really enjoyed talking to him and enjoying that process. So my hope is that he continue to dial into that, and the rest of his game will develop, but keep dialing into that energy and effort and making sure that his mind is right.
This is a two-part question. Russ, just kind of looking back at your 18-year career, I mean, you've kind of done almost about everything in this league, right? From perennial all-star, MVP, you name it, to where you see yourself now as this vocal leader from a veteran's point of view. From someone who's just kind of done everything, and I know you previously said it's not really in your control, but what really keeps you going at this point? That's one thing. And two, do you see yourself playing another, to the 20-year milestone?
One, I think, I have a bunch of people around the world that support me my entire career. And I also have a bunch of people that don't. So I think the combination of both of those keeps me going. And most importantly, my family, because those are the ones that's been with me since day one and been in my corner, regardless of what has happened throughout my career. So that allows me to be able to keep going until I can't no more. And then as far as 20th season, like I said, man, God's willing, opportunity presents itself. I'll play until then, but I'll take it year by year, and hopefully I'm still playing in 2020, whatever, 2028, I think that is. So appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Russ.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
right, y'all.
Hey, Zach, how are you?
What's going on?
For you, this offseason, what are you valuing the most at this stage of your career when it comes to winning, the amount of money you're making, the right situation, and all that?
I mean, where I'm at in my career is, we want to win. I'll speak for myself, obviously. It's in the year that we wanted. It's not the year that you want individually, but, you take the cards that you dealt and you keep moving forward. And I've done that throughout my career and try to continue to get better and better each year. So, you go into the off season, reevaluate, and, you go from there.
How do you just kind of look at the future with this team and do you allow some of the what ifs, what if you had been healthy? What if the team had been healthy? How different things can be, and how does that kind of maybe push things ahead for next year in your mind?
I think it's hard not to play what ifs. We do that a lot, especially as competitors, where you try to figure out what you could have did better, what could have went, what went wrong, what went right, and different scenarios. But we're here where we're at right now, and the only thing you can do, like I just told him, you can go forward. You reevaluate yourself. You reevaluate what you could do better. I think you always start there, and then you look outward and try to give your opinions and figure out what's the next steps. But yeah, you look back on the season and a lot of things we did wrong, a lot of things we could have corrected earlier, but we're in this situation now to where we get to try to reflect and try to better ourselves for next year.
Hey, Zach. Good morning. A lot of folks has been on the frustration and things and negative things that have happened this year. So just kind of from your point of view, what are some of the things that you're going to take away from this year that are most memorable, most positive, that brought you some smiles this year?
Yeah. No, when you're having a year like we do, most of the things is negative. I think positively you can take away is some of the things that you try to correct during the year. The camaraderie, obviously, the team aspect. This team actually was a group of really good guys that really got along and never really quit. Always tried, always communicating. Everybody was pulling for each other. And everyone worked hard. There wasn't a lot of days off in here where people were just, checked out, where that could have been easy, and I've seen that on other teams before. So it was good.
Zach, how's the pinky?
How's the pinky? It's good. It's getting better. I'm pretty close to being able to do everything I need to.
Zach, you do have a little bit of control over your destiny this summer.
Yeah.
Is this a place you want to stay at? Is this somewhere you can see yourself long term, or is this one of those situations where you got to play year by year?
I have a lot of control. I'll go back and talk to my representative and figure out what's the best course of action. I think that goes along with him is where what's most important to you right now, and what makes sense. And obviously having a player option is it's a good thing in my camp. So we'll go back and look at everything, look at all the scenarios, watch playoffs, and see what happens.
Yeah, Zach. What was it like, being in this situation with DeMar and Russell? I know you and DeMar are in Chicago, too, but in this particular situation, because I also noticed that those young players that deferred to you as well as they did with those two.
Yeah. No, me and D have known each other for a long time. He's been one of my best friends in the league for a while. I've known Russ for a while, and actually being able to play with him and not just see him in the off seasons was great. And seeing the accomplishments that they, continue to have throughout their career, even being one of the older dudes on the team, and it still is fun to be able to see that and celebrate that with them. As a team-wise, we didn't do what we were supposed to, though. Talent-wise, you can put us up against a lot of people, but we just didn't do what we were supposed to. And I think that as a collective, from top to bottom, we got to do a lot better because things could have looked a lot differently.
Zach, obviously you guys had a ton of injuries this year, but that led to opportunities for the young guys to get some real run. You got a front row seat to how they played this year. What stood out to you about how they developed throughout the year?
I actually think I was talking to you early in the season, through training camp. I was like, Max is really, really talented, very skillful. Need to continue to get better and better. And then other guys where they, were able to get the opportunities. You got to see the ups and downs and, even see some of the rookie walls, Dylan's energy and him being able to, how he can affect the game, just with, how he almost became a fan favorite in 2 days. It's cool to see people coming to their own. But I mean, that's what the experience is for, and getting the opportunity is, and just being able to talk to them and, help them any way I was able to. It's fun. And now they get to go into the next year with experience and understand the NBA a little bit, and, how can they, keep making an imprint, for their career and for the team.
Obviously, you want to see this team do better. Still
I can hear you.
Okay.
You're good.
What's kind of maybe your message to the organization in terms of, obviously you have a decision to make, but like in terms of a bright future or something that makes it right for you? What are some of those things that have to be right for you?
Yeah, I think we could do a lot better job with, having a rhythm out there and figuring out the right, rotations, lineups, and, it's a season where, it was a lot of mismatch stuff, and it wasn't anybody's fault that we weren't even able to have our full roster. And I know that's tough, being able to, you just have to, you're almost playing patchwork. You're not playing with a full deck, but that's no one else really cares about that. But for me, just trying to figure out, put each other in the best situation to be, successful. Everyone wants to be the best version of themselves. You take a little bit away from the team, obviously, for, you try to be as unselfish as you can so everyone else can stand out, but you want to make sure that you're playing a role and playing in a situation where you're able to do the best you can.